is Sheri, and I'd like to welcome you to my kitchen. And I'm going to cook a meal called Mexican Mayhem for my family. And all my cooking is done with multiple items because I have the pickiest family you can imagine. Just like everybody, I think, does. But I'm not the mom who says, you're going to sit there and eat it or you don't get anything. Because I want everybody to have a smile on their face in my house when they're sitting at the table and enjoy their food. So let's get started. We're gonna make tacos. And now I'm a vegetarian, so I'm gonna have tofu, which my daughter will try too. She's pretty good about that. And then I have chicken and ground beef. My two boys, my husband and my son, have to have beef. And then my daughter and her boyfriend like it lean, so I got them some nice lean ground chicken. So the first thing we're gonna do is get everything in the pans. We have the beef, and we don't wanna mix them up, all separate pans. Chicken, and then the tofu. And I've made my own taco seasoning, and I'm sure everybody has pretty much all the ingredients in their kitchen already. And it consists of 2 tablespoons of chili powder, a tablespoon of paprika, and then 1 teaspoon each of onion salt, garlic salt, and ground cumin. And then you could add other things in there too, whatever you like. If you like any other herbs, or if you like it really spicy. My family likes a little bit of spice, so I'm actually going to add afterwards a little bit of red pepper flakes just to spice it up a little bit. I like seeing everybody happy when they're eating. It's a great time to sit down together and enjoy each other's company, and why not be eating what you like? Sometimes you got to add a little bit of oil or something in here with the tofu just to give it a little more flavor too. And you could use flavored oils. You could just use plain old olive oil. There's red pepper oil, herb oils. Because of course, anybody who eats tofu knows you really gotta spice it up to give it flavor because it has no flavor at all. So then, the other thing that everybody's picky about in my house is what they're gonna put their taco in. My son needs soft shells. My husband wants hard shells. My daughter and her boyfriend, I don't think they really care. And then my son afterwards likes to make himself a taco salad, so we need some chips. Always need chips. So, and then the other thing is salsa. You can buy salsa in the can, jar, or you can make fresh salsa with any of the ingredients that you like. I was going to make guacamole, but I did not leave my avocados out long enough, so they weren't mushy enough to do that. But other than that, I would definitely make some avocado mash to put on the side. Also, my son likes mangoes in his salsa. Not everybody does, so I'm just going to put some on the side too. So if anybody would like that in theirs, that's great. So in the fashion of the buffet style, I always have lots of different choices for everybody on the table, so they could just choose what they want to make it their own. Just like I'm gonna be doing in other shows, like chili, like I have in the family, who likes chili with beans, who doesn't like chili with beans, who likes chili with tomato chunks, who doesn't. Chunks are definitely no-no for the boys in this house, as are most vegetables too, so. You just chop some of this up. And then when you do all these little things, then everybody feels like you care and they feel special because they're all getting their favorites. And my profession is a nurse, which I guess that was a good profession for me because I love people and I care about taking care of people. And my most important job is being a mom. To my kids and any other kid who comes in my house. And I always want them to feel loved and welcome, and I always just try to make them happy. And one of the best ways to make somebody happy is to feed them a good meal. So the proteins are almost done. The thing that you really have to watch out for is the chicken, because it might dry out. So we're gonna add water A quarter to a half a cup for the chicken. The beef, drain some of the fat off, unless you like, because fat is flavor sometimes. So I usually, if there's not too much in there, I leave it in. And probably just do a quarter for the beef. And this just helps make a little bit of a sauce too. And just turn those down on low and just let them sit. And just absorb all those nice flavors. I tell you, just scrape the bottom of the pan to get all that goodness out. It's a nice lean protein. If you're on a diet, you can eat more. Especially if you want to do the lettuce wraps, they'll be even better. Depends on how you like your tofu. You can cook it as much as you want. Can't really ruin it. Sometimes people like to do cubes, so you could have cut it up in cubes and just tossed it in the seasoning, and then just did like little fried chunks if you prefer that. But if you want to be more low fat, just do it with the seasoning. And I did put like 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here just to stop sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay. Then we just add it on a plate too for, you know, stuffing your tacos. Some little tiny tomatoes, some avocado, and of course some scallions are always nice. And then if anybody wants to add to their protein even, I just did like a little sweet corn with some peppers, and just peppers on the top a little bit, because whoever doesn't like the peppers at least can pick them off. And I always like to put parsley on everything. It's good for you too. It actually has a diuretic effect. It'll freshen your breath if you want to eat it. This usually chops them up. If I can throw it in without anybody complaining, I always do. If I chop it up fine enough, I could add it right at the end here. Also got a few little tiny peppers that I'm going to add to my tofu too, just to give it a little more texture and a little bit of crunch, because the tofu is a little on the mushy side. You could throw some chives in there too. Onion is always a good flavor. Actually, I'll do that too, to stick in the proteins, just to give a little onion without having chunks of onion, because of course, as I said, chunks are no-nos around here, except for the girls. The last thing I'm going to do is just get the lettuce ready to do the wraps. Okay, so this is just about all finished. I think the boys can handle that little bit of green that's in there. And you could just either leave it on low or turn it off and let it sit. That'll be fine too. Same thing with the chicken, looks pretty good. Stayed nice and moist by adding the water. You could do that with any meat. When you're cooking something and it starts drying out, add some water. You want to be healthy. So dinner is ready, and really my whole entire prep time, including the cooking, probably was about 30 minutes. And if you want, you could add rice to the meal. You could have done that at the same time. And cleanup's about 20 minutes. So to make everybody happy and enjoy their meal and eat it all so there's no leftovers, it's definitely worth the extra work, which, as you can see, is not that much at all. Okay, so the kitchen is cleaned and everybody's belly is full, and I think they're all happy. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you'll subscribe and like, and look forward forward to having another show. Next one's gonna be about burgers. And if you have any suggestions or any of your picky eaters problems, just let me know.